to you this is so clear that we should all be attending to a horse's thoughts. But why is it not why do people not do that naturally? What do you think gets in the way of, what are people struggling with the most to not be able to do this? What is it stopping us from seeing things the way you're seeing things?
Wish I had a good answer. I don't know. People, as the years go by, there's more of it. But it used to be, I ran into a lot of people that said that they never even considered a horse had a thought.
Oh, really? Right.
And they just, trying to make it do something, change the behavior.
Like a machine.
Yeah, like a machine, and not deal with its thinking. And you talk about a horse's thoughts, and people act like that's some far out there thing that they can't get a hold of, that is unattainable or something. And it's amazing how easy it is a lot of times to have that horse's thought with you. And so why do people miss it? I don't know. No consideration of what the horse is going through.
Yeah, I think I said to you once, what was the most important thing for a human to develop in themselves to do the kind of work that you're doing? I think you said the word was compassion or empathy.
I use the word empathy quite a bit, and it seems like I see a lack of that in a pretty big way, but you see it between people, so why should we think that another species would be any different? It's more complicated. People don't see, and a horse doesn't have the, I'm going to use the word sin nature that a human does. They have no ability to think about how to do something against you, to you. That just isn't a horse's way of thinking. It's not in there. And so they don't, but people want to impose that on the horse. They want to blame the horse that the horse did it against them. And it's nothing personal. That horse doesn't care who your mother was, how big a house you live in, how much notoriety you have. They don't care. If you treat that horse the same way I treat that horse, they'll give us both the same kind of response. But if you can fill in for that horse's wants and needs in a way that I'm missing, then it'll look pretty good with you, and it might look like a mess with me. But people don't see that, and it's amazing how people miss what they're doing is affecting what that horse is doing in such a big way. And it can be such little things that make the difference. It's kind of scary sometimes how little things make the difference in how a horse is operating or how he's feeling about how he's operating. That affects how he's operating.
So you're just very in the moment, is what you're saying, to be able to adjust to every...
Well, I hope.
That's your goal, yeah.
A horse that's the only place a horse lives in the moment. And people get confused. You say that, and then you turn around and talk about the experiences that they've had. But they're in this moment only. They aren't dwelling on the past. They aren't planning on the future.
And whereas we are.
Where we are often, we're thinking about something that happened in a discussion this morning, or we're planning supper for this evening. As we're trying to do something with the horse. But the horse is just here. But see, how he responds is determined by the experiences he's had in his past. He's not dwelling on it like a human would, but it's influenced his responses. So if something terrorized him and he sees that that's something he's going to do the best he can to save his life, whatever that takes, maybe even hurting himself in the process. But he's going to do what he can to save himself. But he's in this moment. It's this moment that he's dealing with, not dwelling on the past or planning on the future. Well, most people aren't in that moment with the horse, where he's at, seeing his needs and trying to fulfill those needs so that he can feel good. With everything we do with the horse, we is something that we have seen a horse do, that a horse naturally does. We don't ask anything that a horse would naturally do, at least at the start of it. Now, we might build that into something that you may never seen a horse do, and especially you get into what a lot of people talk about, tricks and stuff. See? But it all starts with a very natural thing the horse would do, and then you kind of build that into something else. But in our normal riding and stuff, a horse will go out here in the field and do it better than he does for us. Well, why? Because it comes from here. It's his idea. See, when he thinks about doing it, he gets his body ready to do it. We're trying to make him do this. He's wanting to do that. Whether that's to save his life or because he's interested in with his friends, whatever. He's wanting to do that. We're trying to do this. And every moment that he's working at this, even when he's working at this, if he's still thinking about that, his body is prepared that when this is over, he can do that. And then we're trying to make him shape a certain way, position his feet a certain way, all these things, when we're just fighting against what his mind is telling his body to be prepared to do. You get him to think to want to do what you're asking. He forgets about that. He thinks this. He prepares his body to do it. You don't have to shape him and make his body do it. But I see people struggling with that all the time, trying to make them. Because they've been told he should step a certain way, he should bend, so he should. Well, that's how a horse does it. When he does it well, naturally on his own, yes, that's correct. But between now and when that is really working, it might not look very good. But such a high percent of it is, his mind isn't telling his body to get ready to do that.
So that's extremely troubling for them, I imagine, that they want to be there and you want them to be here.
Well, if you've never been in a situation where somebody was trying to get you to do something here or listen to something or learn something here and you desperately want to be there, then you've lived a better life than I have. But I relate. You can't take in the information that's being presented here.
Yeah.
And so we do something with a horse, show him, try to help him feel better, blah, blah, blah. But his mind is so gone, he didn't need to take this in. Next time it is like starting all over again.
Yeah.
But you get him here, thinking about being here in a relaxed frame of mind, but what they take in.
Yeah. Goodness. That's a lot for people to take in listening to this. They'll be thinking, well, how do we do that?